It is just a fulfillment of one gentleman's desire and dream. Nothing more than that. No, it is not permitted. The autonomy of the state legislative assembly is being taken away. That is ultra-virus. That is it's the basic structure of the constitution. Sir, Article 82 sub-Article 5. Unfortunately, I can't think about it. I can't think that Article 82 sub-Article 5 is giving an uncanalized power to the Election Commission of India. Though we don't have any value. We don't have any value. Then the Election Commission of India will decide everything. A party cannot remain as the ruling party. One day it will be changed. Sir, why law providing state funding for conducting the election is not brought? Every problem will be resolved. Do all elections. How many monies are being spent? All elections should be done from the state election fund. Why we are not bringing? That will be about real election reforms. This is not the election reform.
Okay.
It is a reform. Sir, I have not finished, sir. It is not an election reform. It is, sir, kindly, sir. Listen, sir. It is not an election reform. Sir, we have seen, we have heard the speech of the Honorable Prime Minister regarding the first amendment of the Constitution. Sir, Dr. B.A. Ambedkar said, we are giving a draft constitution to the country and country will make the amendment.
Sir, the principle of federalism means that states are not mere appendages of the center. States are not dependent on the union for their existence. This is the violation of federalism, sir. Sir, in conclusion, Parliament is not competent to make any law that violates fundamental rights on the basis of the Constitution, sir. This bill indirectly introduced a presidential style of democracy. This bill is based on maximizing political gain and convenience. This bill will finish off regional parties. This bill is only brought in to massage the ego of the supreme leader. Thank you, sir. I oppose this bill.
As my leader, Dr. M.K. Stalin has said,
T.R. Baluji,
it is anti-federal.
नहीं आपका नोटिस है मैं दूंगा आपको प्लीज बैठिए आपका नोटिस आपको दूंगा लेकिन भी टी.आर. बालूजी
Our unitary form of governance, killing its diversity and democracy in process. Unquote. Sir, I want to know, sir, how could they allow this bill, allow this?
मैं आपको मौका दूंगा आपका नोटिस है मैं दूंगा आपको मौका बैठिए
Sir,
दादा
when the government is not having two-thirds majority, how could they allow this piece of legislation in this house? I want to know, sir. It needs two-thirds majority.
बालूजी प्लीज
Yes, sir.
मैंने अभी अलाउ नहीं किया अभी उन्होंने प्रस्ताव रखा है संसद अलाउ करती मैं अलाउ नहीं करता
So the electors has right to elect the government for 5 years. And the same cannot be curtailed with simultaneous election. The simultaneous election would incur additional cost of 13,981 crores. In addition, 9,284 crores will be required for procurement of EVMs, VVPAT to meet the requirement of simultaneous election. The Parliamentary Standing Committee in its 79th report in 2015 has concluded that, I quote, gaining consensus of all the political parties may be difficult and holding simultaneous election may not be feasible. With this, I want to conclude, sir. At the same time, I request the government can take up the matter to the JPC so that it can be discussed there and bring back the bill to the House, sir. Thank you, sir.
A drastic structural change in the electoral process in the legislative assemblies. All the states should have been properly consulted before bringing this legislation. I fully agree with the other learned members have already cited. By virtue of this bill, if it is made in law, definite the state legislative assembly and the state will become the subordinates to the House of the People and the union government. That is essentially against the basic principles of the federal character. State has to be properly consulted. Federal character is good. And the third is the practical. I would like to know from the Honorable Home Minister. Sir, what point? Technical. Sir, purely technical. One second. Sir, 2008, sir, 2027, 2027 and 2028. Sir, after you are proposing to have the appointed date on 2029. See the problem. After 2029, 17 state assembly elections have to take place. There is nothing is in the bill. Nothing is in the bill regarding the tenure of the legislative assemblies subsequent to the appointed date by the notification. Nothing is clear.
Continuity in governance, sir. Sir, about the last 6 months alone, there were 3 elections held for the state, sir. So how can the machinery continue to operate if the elections are done continuous fashion, sir? Sir, fourth and probably the most important, sir, in this age, election campaigns amplified by media and technology no longer remain regional, but continuously influence the entire nation, creating large-scale ripple effects, sir. This constant political messaging encourages deep polarization.
Last week, sir, we debated Article 356, and in the case of S.R. Bommai versus the Constitution of India, dissolving of assemblies was something which both sides have objected and both sides have done it. So if we object to this, why are we giving this authority to the Election Commission to dissolve assemblies who are elected for 5 years? So I think to break these tenures is completely objectionable, and India is a union of states. Central government cannot. Cooperative federalism is something which we are so proud of. So I request the Honorable the Government of India either to withdraw the bill or send it to a joint parliamentary committee so we have a detailed discussion, and we'll be happy to support as long as it comes to a joint parliamentary committee.
जो सदस्य इसके पक्ष में वहां गए, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना गए,
This proposed bill hits the basic structure of the Constitution itself. And if any bill, any act which hits the basic structure of the Constitution, that is ultra-virus. And it is ultra-virus. Sir, proposed Article 83, Sub-Article 5 is just contrary to Article 83, Sub-Article 2. Just contrary. Either you keep 83.2 or you keep 83.5. Both cannot be kept. Both are inconsistent with each other. Then, sir, effect of proposed Article 82A, Sub-Article 3 simply establishes that tenure of state legislative assembly simply depending upon the tenure of the House of the People. It is not a doctrine of pleasure. Doctrine of pleasure is under Article 311 of the Constitution. But a mandate which has been given by the people of the country that state assemblies tenure will be depending upon the doctrine of pleasure of this House. How it can be? This is inconsistent. It cannot be accepted. Sir, we must remember this. State government and the state legislative assembly are not subordinate to the central government or to the parliament itself. This parliament is having the power to legislate law under the 7th schedule, list 1 and list 3. Similarly, state assembly is having the power to legislate law under the 7th schedule, list 2 and also list 3, subject to that it would not be contrary. So far concurrent list is concerned, It would not be contrary to the Article 254 of the Constitution. Therefore, by this process,
I support the bill, sir. Thank you.
Asauddin Owaisi. Asauddin Owaisi. This Speaker, sir. Speaker, sir. Sir, I rise to oppose this draconian unconstitutional bill, sir.
ओवैसी के बाद
सर मुझे सिर्फ 2 मिनट दिए सर।
ओवैसी के बाद
Sir, this bill violates the right to democratic self-government, which is part of Article 1419. And if a legislative assembly is dissolved, sir, and midterm elections are conducted, the tenure of that assembly will not be for 5 years, sir. This in itself is a violation of parliamentary democracy, which envisages a tenured legislature. Sir, constitutional scheme makes it clear that once elections are conducted, the House should have a right to function for next 5 years. This violation of basic structure, that such a provision is being done for administrative convenience, not for constitutional purpose.